In today's video, traders, we're going to be talking about euro dollar, which has a setup that I am interested in taking on the long side. I'm going to talk a little bit about the entry. I'm going to talk a little bit about where I'm looking to get out of the trade and kind of explain the details and break it down step by step, as well as watch how the trade unfolds with you here live on camera. Whether it's a winner or a loser, I'm going to post it to YouTube and we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and get into the video right now. So welcome back, traders, to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Nick. I make all sorts of Forex content here on YouTube. I do it for free, and I ask that if it's helpful to you, make sure you subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. It helps to grow the channel and to share these videos with more people. So we're looking here at Euro USD. We're looking at the 1 hour chart, and we have an interesting setup that I would like to share with you guys here. I've already sent this out to VIP members inside the community. I share my analysis as well as my entry and potential exits if the trade triggers and if members choose to follow along with the trade. So we're looking here at Euro USD on the 1 hour chart, and I'm looking for a long setup. Now let me grab a rectangle here and draw it right across here. Now you can see I've already got my buy limit in here, and I've got my take profit up here and my stop loss down here, right? So I'm already set with the trade, but let me explain a little bit why I'm entering at these levels. If I can pull up my pen, we'll talk a little bit about these significant zones that we're looking at, okay? So this is kind of a similar to a break and retest strategy, except that we've already seen it retest once. So you can see that back here, this green zone actually held very nicely as a bullish support level before rallying after this level had acted as resistance, right? And that's really what we're looking to trade off of, is we're looking to trade this green zone as a bullish bounce zone. Now that we've seen it get rejected on the sell side and respected on the buy side, I still think that this level could hold as a bullish bounce, especially with all the momentum that we've had on the euro dollar in the last couple weeks, right? So we've seen some bullishness here. And as price comes down into this area, we also have a Fibonacci that I drew here. You can see I went from low to high, and we have a 50% level that looks pretty interesting. Okay, that's a 50% retracement right around the same area that this green zone is in. Now you can see it also, let me actually get rid of this black line here. So you can see now there's our entry, right? We're looking to get involved if price can come down into that zone. And ideally, we'd like to see price come down, hit us into a trade, and relatively quickly see some sort of a bounce, maybe back to this area here. Now, before I talk about the take profit, let's talk about the stop loss. Okay, I have a stop loss on this particular strategy. Some of my strategies use stop loss and others do not. I'm not one of those people that's going to hate on people who use one way or the other, but rather I'm going to tell you that I have strategies that work both ways, and so there's both ways you can trade it. It's up to you and up to what works for you, right? So we're looking here at euro dollar, and if price comes down to this entry point, this is where I'm going to look to get long. Now, what am I going to do if things go right? Well, if things go right, then I've got to take profit up here, but let's talk about what things are going to do if they go wrong, right? That's really what most people struggle with, I think, is so many people when they come to trading is they're looking for that kind of, well, how much money can I make? That's one of the first questions that new traders will ask is, well, how much money can I make trading Forex? And the first thing you need to learn if you're going to trade Forex successfully is not how much money you can make, it's how can I make a single dollar and not give it back to the market right away? Or how can I not lose all of my $100 account, right? That sort of thing. You need to start asking those questions, as being more cautious is actually more rewarding, in my opinion, in trading. Rather than being that super aggressive, risky person, for the most part, in my experience and in the other traders that I know that are successful, it happens to be that patience and people that are a little bit more conservative actually can stand the test of time in the markets. So with that said, let's talk about what we're going to do if we're wrong. If we're wrong here and this entry does not go as we wanted it to, right? Then we're just going to stop out of the trade under here. You can see we've got that 61.8. So I did want to give the trade the chance to catch a bounce at that 61.8 level. You can see there's also some support in that area that may have a chance of holding, right? So I want to give the room a little bit of room to trade, right? The thing is, a lot of times people will put their stop loss really, really tight to price. And to me, that's not really respectful of the market in some ways, because the market has some essence of noise. The markets are always, responding to new data, and sometimes there's just chatter in the market. Like you can see here, right? There's sometimes just back and forth action that's going on in the markets, and us as traders have to be able to respect that. For me, that means putting my stop loss, if I'm going to use one, not too close to price, but enough, a room that it's going to have some space if it decides to chop around a bit. So with that said, I'm going to put my stop out down here. And if price goes in my favor, right, if price comes down to our entry and then starts shooting up as we would like it to, I'm just going to test out this area here. I don't want to go for any more than this. I want to just get out of the trade here. You can see that there was structural resistance there, and I don't know how price is going to react if it gets up there. So I think I'm just going to look to get out or respect that sell zone if price can get up here. Well, what does this mean in terms of a risk to reward? Well, let's take a look at what we would lose first, and we'll see that we have about $70.80 of risk. So the downside here is that we lose $70.80, and the upside is about 100, if I can get it to stay there. Let's see. $162.40. Okay, so not a bad risk to reward there. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks close to a 2-to-1 there, so not bad. Looking to capture this upward movement if we can on the Euro USD. Again, we've had some nice bullish moves here on the Euro dollar. We've really seen this nice kind of trend forming. Now we also have, I don't know, I haven't drawn this trend line, but you could also draw this trend line here. Price is currently testing that area right now, and sometimes you can see that price will have kind of a fake out to the downside. So maybe we'll see something like that, right? You have wicks that will look like they're breaking through, and then price will snap back, and that will have caught some of the sellers out of the way. They get them out of the way, right? And then you'll see that continuation. So we'll see if we can get something like that here on Euro dollar. 1 hour trade, again, going to see how it plays out and keep you guys updated. I'll be back soon with an update. Okay, traders, so we are now in the Euro dollar trade. You can see we just got triggered. If I zoom out just a little bit, you can see that price just got us filled right at our entry. You can see currently the price has bounced off of that level. We'll see if we can get some continuation or if price will consolidate for some more time. But as you can see, we did get the entry that we were looking for here on Euro dollar on the 1 hour chart. Already seeing some sort of a respect of this area. Again, that zone of support that we had talked about. We're looking to see that this price can hold that level and to find some sort of rally and to push up. Now, I did want to highlight one more thing about this trade. I did catch the entry here, so we are involved with the trade, and so anybody who's in the VIP section has been able to see this trade and has been able to join if they would like to. But I wanted to mention one other thing that helped me find this trade. This is the currency strength meter. This is a tool that I have built for MetaTrader 4. And what you can see here is that it's kind of scanning the entire market right now to look for strength and look for weakness. And one of the reasons that my bias here on Euro USD for the time being is looking for long setups is because of the currency strength meter pointing out something over here. Now, if we take a look right here, you can see here is down below, we have all time frames being scanned on the Euro USD. And yes, for the most part, it's been pretty bearish. But take a look here at this 1 day level right here. You can see that we do have a tinted blue, which means in the currency strength meter that we've scanned strength on the bullish side, right? So we've seen some bullish momentum here on Euro USD. That's really what the currency strength meter is all about. We're looking to find momentum plays. We're looking for find stuff that's in motion and giving us a pullback. So although the daily is blue, you can see that a couple of these ones are red, right? To me, that could look for some good opportunities on the short term to find pullbacks in favor of this move right here. Right? So you can see two time frames down, looking at the 1 hour time frame, we do have an oversold status or a red reading, right? And so that's what's kind of highlighting the point that, okay, this is a pullback in context of, if we go to the daily chart on the Euro, and we zoom in just a little bit here, you can see that we do have some bullish momentum here, right? So price is moving to the upside and giving us a pullback. This is just an example of one trade that I'm taking with the help of the currency strength meter. This tool is available on the website. There should be a link down below that you can check out if you're interested in getting this currency strength meter tool. It's a program that myself and my programming team behind the scenes has built. So with that said, we're looking for strength in favor of this daily movement, right? So the daily bar is one that I really respect. It's one that I love the daily chart. And so even when I'm using those short-term time frames, using that 1 hour chart on the intraday side of things, I'm still looking to kind of favor the daily strength. And that's again what we're seeing on Euro USD, right? We're seeing that daily strength to the upside. And that's really what we're playing off of, right? We can also see that in the price action itself, but for me, it's really helpful to have kind of a tool like the currency strength meter that's going to kind of give us an unbiased look at things and give us a reading, right? So that's what we're looking to play off of. We're looking to find some sort of bullish strength here off of this zone to potentially get us out at the take profit that we had mentioned previously. So let's see how this trade unfolds. We'll see how from here the trade kind of plays out. If it turns bullish, then that would be great. If it decides to break down and go further lower, then that's part of the trade too, and I'll post a loss either way. Well, traders, I would like to say that I knew exactly what was going to happen on this Euro USD trade, but the reality is I did not, and there was news that came out heavily in our favor. We took the full profit there on the trade. You can still see the profit is still headed up there. We took profit right around this area, as we had mentioned, along this resistance point, and overall saw the trade close out very, very nicely there. Now, the overall profit on this trade was about $164, a very nice winner there. Gonna take that happily. Sometimes this just happens, right? Not every trade is gonna do this, and news is not always gonna just go crushing in your favor. As we see, it's continuing to push higher now. We see that the entire profit was taken. There was a 47 to 48 to 50 pip move to the upside. Crazy volatility on Euro USD this morning, and going to be happy to just take the profit there. Now, of course, if it had gone the other way, then that would have happened too, and we would have taken a loss there. But for the most part, a really nice, technical trade. And sometimes you can see that, even though we didn't know exactly what was going to happen with the news, our technical zone worked out beautifully, right? So this zone of support that we had pointed out had actually held very, very nicely as a resistance point here. We found support in this area, price came down to this area and found support and shot right up in a direction due to news, but also due to, in my opinion, the fact that our technical zone held very, very nicely, and we didn't get whipped out of the trade. We didn't get stopped out before the trade went into our profit. And again, $164 profit there on Euro USD this morning. Very happy with that. I'm going to close out this trade. Well, it's already closed out, but I'm going to close out of my trading account for the day and going to call it a day. That's a pretty good trade, and I'm not going to let it get to my head. I'm just going to move on and look for opportunities maybe this evening when I get back to the swing trade side of things. But for the day trading side of things, I'm done for the day and happy to, kind of take this trade as a winner. For those of you guys who are VIP members, congratulations if you decided to take the trade. Really, really nice little Euro USD movement to the upside there. So great to have that. If you are not a VIP member and you're interested, there's a link in the description to check out the VIP service that I offer. You get access to my trades live as well as my analysis. You get access to our membership chat room, which is always full of some really nice and friendly traders working together and learning together, as well as our PDF library full of stuff, including my trading plan and other key kind of things that really helped me in my trading journey. If you're interested in that, check it out in the link down below. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.